Hi everyone, for this YouTube presentation here, I am Atamu and Jamie Tauba will be talking about one of the main issues that is affecting most homes, families, schools and children in our country. Basically, we'll be talking about divorce and its impacts on children. Divorce simply means it is a legal and formal dissolution of a marriage, ending the legal union of two spouses. It impacts children by creating emotional distress, leading to behavioral issues, academic challenges, and social difficulties, often with long-term psychological effects such as increased risk of 40%, anxiety, and relationship problems in adulthood. High levels of parental conflict significantly worsen these negative outcomes, while consistent support, communication, and a stable co-parenting relationship can help cope and adjust. Okay. Question number 2 is how it impacts teaching and learning. Divorce significantly impacts teaching and learning by disrupting the child's focus, motivation, and academic performance due to emotional distress, instability, and potential behavioral issues. Teachers may see declines in attention, homework completion, and school attendance. The shift in routines, financial strains, and reduced parental involvement can hinder a child's ability to engage in learning, while teachers can help by identifying struggle in students and fostering a supportive classroom environment. For instance, looking at impacts on a child's learning is it ends emotional and psychological distress, disrupted routine and stability. Also, it reduces motivation and engagement. So there's verification in behavior and social changes and academic performance and decline. Okay, the impacts divorce can cause on teaching and classroom environment is difficulty identifying needs, teachers feel difficulty to identify the students' needs, and also they face challenges with students' engagement, and they need support for need specialized support also to foster a supportive environment. And looking at the other question is how does it impact my students, myself as a teacher, and my colleagues. Okay, the impact it has on students is divorce can impact students academically, behaviorally, and emotionally, leading to lower grades, increased anxiety or acting out, and difficulties in concentrating in forming relationships among their other classmates. Looking at the impacts it has on teachers, as a teacher is divorce it presents teachers both personal and professional challenges, including managing their own emotional responses, adapting their schedules and family dynamics, and dealing with the emotional well-being of their students. And impacts it might have on my colleagues is it can affect fellow teachers by necessitating coverage for their absences, straining collegial relationship if they take sides, and requiring them to adapt to the emotional and logistical needs of colleagues who may be experiencing distress, low performance, and mood changes. And teachers also play a role in supporting the children of divorced parents, which can be emotionally exhausting for them, especially in cases of high parental conflict. With that, I'll leave it to my other friend to explain.
Divorce have caused many impacts on students' growth and development. The question is, how does divorce impact my students' growth and development? Divorce can have a significant impact on a student's growth and development. Experiencing the separation of parents often brings emotional stress, social challenges, physical strain, and academic difficulties. These effects can influence how students interact with each other, manage their emotions, maintain their health, performance in schools, and shaping their overall development during critical learning years. For example, a student whose parents have divorced may feel sad avoid joining school clubs or hanging out with friends. He or she might have no proper sleeping hours and find it hard to focus on studies, resulting in poor academic performance. What are some benefits and challenges for me as a teacher and my students in the classroom environment? The benefits: firstly, it increases empathy and understanding. As a teacher, I may become more aware of students' emotional needs and learn to support them more better in the classroom. Secondly, it builds stronger teacher-student relationship. Supporting students in broken homes through difficult times can build trust and respect between and your students. Students may look up for your support, guidance, and stability by helping them succeed academically and socially. For instance, a student whose parents are divorced may struggle with confidence and motivation in their class, but a teacher who regularly checks in encourages participation and helps the student feel valued and supported. And the final one is development of life skills for students. Students who went through parental separation learn to work hard for themselves, live independently, and know how to solve problems themselves as they can adjust to the family changes they went through. Some of the challenges that the students face during the divorce of their parents are: firstly, emotional stress for students. Many students who went through parental separation may feel sadness, anger, or anxiety, which can affect their behavior and learning in the classroom. Secondly, academic difficulties. Stress and distraction at home can make it harder for students to focus, complete assignments, and do their studies. Consequently, this may lead to poor performance in academic. For example, a student who moves from house to house due to marriage problem may find it hard to concentrate on his or her study. Thirdly, it's the behavior issue. Students who face problems from the separation of its parent may act out, withdraw, or struggle socially, making the classroom management more difficult. And finally, it is the increased responsibilities for the teachers. As a teacher, it may be a challenge because you may need to provide extra emotional support guidance while balancing teaching duties. For instance, a student coping with divorce might came to school or class feeling upset, skip assignments, or avoid group work. While this is a challenge for you as a teacher, it also gives you an opportunity to provide support and help the student to recover from different situations at home. To conclude, divorce has created many effects on children, teachers, and overall learning environment. For students, it often results in emotional stress, reduced concentration, behavioral issues, and academic decline. Teachers, on the other hand, face challenges in identifying supporting these students, while also managing their own professional and personal stress. Colleges, it may be indirectly affect through their workload adjustment and the need to provide emotional support. All in all, divorce disrupts both learning and teaching by creating instability that hinders students' growth and teacher effectiveness. Foundation that need to be looking is to minimize the negative impacts of divorce in the classroom, schools, and teachers. The following recommendations are suggested. Firstly, provide counseling service. Ensure students affected by divorce have access to school counselors to help them manage their emotion. Secondly, to strengthen teacher-parent communication. Open communication between teachers and separated parents can support consistency in the child's education. Thirdly, it's important to offer teacher support programs, provide professional development and peer support for teachers to equip them with strategies for managing the challenges associated with divorce. And lastly, it is important to promote and support social. Encourage positive relationship and group activities to help affected students build resilience and a sense of belonging. By combining emotional support, effective teaching strategies, and negative impact of divorce on children's education can reduce and minimize the increased impact on students coming from divorce home. That's all, and thank you for your attention.